Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Big Bear AI Holdings. Some people have been asking me, is this a buy down here? Well, I'm going to tell you two things. One, earnings. Revenue, US 3.1 million, down 21% from 1Q 2023. Net loss widened by 377%. So looking ahead, revenue is forecasted to grow 16% on average during the next 3 years compared to 9.5% growth forecast for the IT industry in the US. But here, let's look at the revenues and let's look at the 10Q revenues 33.121 versus 42.154 for the same time last year. And the cost of revenues, it's gone down. This is bad. I've never seen. I think this is the first company I've seen that I have seen. I guess I follow a lot of good companies with good revenues and cost of goods sold, but this is not what you want to see. You don't want to see your friend is running a hot dog business and he's selling less hot dogs every year, and because he's selling less hot dogs, he's making less money compared to previous years. Whether that's his fault or because customer, it would have to be his fault. I mean, maybe I don't know what your hot dog stand friend did to make this happen, but this is not a good company right here. This is not this is wow. I've never seen this. I've never seen operating loss huge increase from 12 to 98. Wow, this is so bad. This is a this is so bad. Look at that net loss. The net loss it went up 500%, or yeah, it went up 500%. The net loss increased from 26 to 125. Yeah, I would not buy this stock. Let's look at the cash flow. Well, it doesn't even matter. I don't care. I don't even, you know what? I'm not even going to look at the cash flow because it doesn't matter. I don't care how good your cash flow is if you're selling less hot dogs every year, every quarter, if you're making less money. We want to see revenues go up, not down. And we want to see cost of goods sold go down, not up. But in this case, because the revenues are also going down, this is gonna. I'm saying this right now. Unless they do something to turn this around, this thing's gonna die. Because on the weekly chart, we have our biggest support at 125, and then a dollar is gonna be psychological support. And I've seen this happen so many times where people think, oh, it's going to go to a dollar and we'll just buy it a dollar and then it goes 5x from there and we're going to make so much money. I've seen that happen so many times. But yeah, here's our support around 120, 125 with our biggest support. It's going to be a dollar. I think that's going to be the psychological, the big round number. And then from there, if it does not hold and if it does not quickly recover after going under a dollar, it's going to have to reverse split to stay on the higher exchange. And that's going to destroy accounts. I've seen it happen so many times. BKKT recently had to reverse split. This thing at one point was over a dollar, came under a dollar. A lot of people bought in thinking, "Oh, this is so cheap. It's going to eventually run dollars, right? It's going to run dollars and everyone's going to be so rich." And that's not what that's not what happened. It kept dumping. It kept dumping, as you can see. It kept dumping, and it never recovered from. It never recovered. It never came back up above a dollar. They reverse split. Now they're at 984. And this company is also trash. So I would expect that's the thing. If a company is garbage, you can't expect it to rise in share price. And this thing has just been dumping since it topped out at March. At least Soundhound recovered. If we compare it to Soundhound recovered and had a good recovery, and it's trending to the upside, and it actually popped on earnings as well. So Soundhound already the better buy right now, just technically, and also probably on the financials. Let's look at Soundhound financials just for comparison, real quick, for those of you who are, because I know some people have talked about Soundhound and BBAI. Let's look at the income statement, cost of goods sold. nice and cheap, nice and low. Total revenue has been increasing. And if we switch to the annual, total revenue has increased about 50% every year. And their balance sheet pretty good too. As of 2023, more assets than liabilities. But that aside, it's what's the free cash flow here? Free cash flow, they're still in the negative. But either way, uh, Soundhound would be a pretty trash company, and it probably would not be moving the way it is if it had its revenues going down quarter to quarter and its cost of goods sold going down. So Soundhound already, there's a reason why it's at $5, and there's a reason why not Bed Bath and Beyond. It's going to be like Bed Bath and Beyond if it doesn't recover. So I expect BBAI here to absolutely, I mean, absolutely dump under $1. Sure, maybe we'll get a pop at $1 and it bounces, but with the way the market is lining up, it's lining up for a dump. If you don't believe me, look at QQQ. If anything, look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the king of AI right now. So let's just take a quick look at NVIDIA and then I'll let you guys go. You want to keep an eye on NVIDIA. If NVIDIA is struggling, you better believe the lower market cap stocks are struggling as well. So let's look at the 6 month year to date. You know what? Yeah, let's pull up the 6 month here. You'll notice we topped out at 954. We trended to the downside. We bounced. And now maybe we are going to retest this top. If we don't break out above 960, if we even retest it, then we're going to break down and go lower. And that's going to start a downtrend again. So we have to break that. If not, the trend buckles again, like it already did here, and we dumped as low as 766, and we're going to go lower. And that's going to bring AI stocks lower as well because NVIDIA tends to lead. And Bbai and QQQ are also looking the same. So keep an eye on NVIDIA and see how that moves. I think we have NVIDIA earnings coming up, so that might help. That might give AI stocks a boost, maybe. But other than that, I would say SoundHound is a better buy now. We just saw the earning numbers don't lie. You can't hide anything. You can't fudge the numbers. You can, but most companies don't do that. And if BBAI fudged the numbers to make it seem like the company is really bad, well, I don't know why they would do that. But their stock is tanking when NVIDIA and SoundHound have been rising. So I think SoundHound here is the winner, and NVIDIA. BBAI, I'm going to have to say rest in peace. More than likely, it's going to keep dumping. And then the fools are going to buy at $1, thinking this is going to be it. This is going to be where it pumps. And then it's going to go under $1 and just reverse split over and over again. That's my prediction. I've made this prediction several times with other stocks, and they do end up reverse splitting, such as, like I said, BKKT. I think Clove as well. At one point, it got the Wall Street Bets pump at $8. And since then, it's been absolutely tanking, and it is under $1, and it's been there for a while, and it's at a risk. It's at risk of delisting. So this is why you don't buy these kinds of companies. You look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Bad company. There's better stocks out there. I'll see you guys in the next one.